So I am going to record this because I don't know what the end of this is going to be. But for the last couple of days, typically the baby is very active. He moves a lot. The last couple of days he has not been moving much at all. And last night, I even woke up out of my sleep last night and I got the doppler, because normally when I wake up, he wakes up. Last night I got the doppler and I was able to find his heartbeat right away. He was right in his usual spot. It sounded strong and everything. Everything was fine. Okay. So I just went back to sleep. This morning when I woke up, he didn't wake up when I woke up at all. And I'm trying to think. I want to say I felt him move earlier today when I was in the store. I want to say for sure earlier today when I was in the store, I felt him move. And then when I got home, I was just really tired. Like, I was overly tired. Which is abnormal, so I thought, well, maybe I needed some water. So I bought me water from the store. I went to Michael's. I got me water from Michael's. And when I got home, I just went to sleep. Skylar was already down for her nap. And I was just sleepy. And I just went to sleep. So then I woke up. And again, he didn't wake up with me. You know. And I just wanted to do the kid count things. I just waited to do and waited and drank some water. I had a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Yeah. And nothing. So I got my doppler. And I tried to find his heartbeat, and I could not find his heartbeat. And I don't know if that's because he's moved down lower, because I didn't go lower. I just went right where he normally is. So I don't know if it's because he's moved down lower or what. But I said, okay, let me call L&D just to see. So the mister just got off from work, and I called L&D, and she told me that I needed to call my doctor's office, and they'll tell me what to do. So I called. She called me. The doctor that's on call called me right back, and I was just like, okay. I told her what was going on. She was like, well, just kind of sit there and just let him, just wait and see if he'll move or whatever. And I told her, I've already done that. I know how it works, with, doing kid counts and watching the baby for movement and stuff. She said, well, maybe he's just having a long sleep cycle. So I said, okay. He's having a long sleep cycle. Okay. But she was like, you need to come in to be checked. Either way it goes, you need to be checked. And I was like, okay. My hospital is far away from me. I think I was telling y'all that in another one of my videos, but it's like an hour and some away from me. I think I'm on high alert for 2 reasons. One reason is because we already lost his brother. Another reason is because I found this darn channel called Still a Part of Us, which is really a great channel for parents who've had stillborns, and they are able to express, what happened, and from their point of view, what happened, and talk about the loss of their child, because like many times you can't talk about it because people don't really understand. They empathize with you, but they don't have the sympathy because they've not been there, which is understandable. So I have been listening to those off and on, not like binge watching them, but I have been listening to those. And then this other couple came up on my YouTube feed that they had a stillborn as well. And so she said that morning she woke up and she just knew something was wrong, so they went over to the hospital. And I put in a comment, I said, well, what made you feel like something was wrong? I understand you got the feeling, but what happened? And she said, she said that her belly felt flaccid. And she got her doppler. She tried to find the heartbeat with the doppler, and she couldn't find the heartbeat. And sure enough, she went in, and her baby was gone. She was 37 weeks gestation. My God. My God. Today, I am 31 weeks and 3 days gestation. And Thursday, I went to see maternal fetal medicine for the first time. My doctors really wasn't gonna my primary doctor that I see there wasn't really going to send me to maternal fetal medicine. But now that I'm further along in the pregnancy, I see all the doctors in the practice because they don't know who's going to be there when you deliver. It's like 5 doctors or something in the practice. So we have no idea who will be on call. So just so that you're familiar and acclimated with everybody, they rotate you through the doctors. And I saw one doctor in particular. She was a black lady. And she was concerned. And she was like, but she wanted me to take the glucose test. So I didn't take the glucose test. I have not updated you guys in weeks. But I was supposed to take the glucose test. I told her I didn't want to take the glucose test because I already see an endocrinologist. I already checked my sugar. I'm already on metformin. So it did not benefit me to take the test. Because if it comes back that I have gestational diabetes, all they're going to tell me to do is monitor my blood glucose and put me on metformin. Well, she said that metformin is no longer the medication of choice. It is now insulin. And she's also said that, because of my age, that she would like for me to go to, no, that's not true. She sent me home. She said I didn't have to take it, but she sent me home. She said, okay, so you need to monitor your glucose for the next week of fasting. My endocrinologist had me taking it before I eat, but she changed it. She had me doing the fasting, and 2 hours after I eat, I check my sugar. So I was doing 4 a day. And I told her, I said, okay, and if I come back and my numbers are elevated, then what you're going to do? And then she said, then I'm going to refer you to maternal fetal medicine, and they're probably going to put you on insulin. So that, then I'm going to refer you to maternal fetal medicine, kind of stuck in my head. But I went back to the appointment the next week, and my numbers were good. She said I didn't need to go to maternal fetal medicine. And so I said, okay, good. And so after I found this channel on YouTube, I decided that I wanted to be followed a little bit closer, and that I did in fact want to go see maternal fetal medicine. So it was one situation where the lady, one of the videos, the lady was further along in pregnancy, up in the 30 weeks. I forgot how many weeks she was, but she just didn't feel her baby move anymore. And when she delivered, her baby's cord was wrapped around her neck and her ankle so tight that it left an indent in the baby's neck and in her little ankle. And so that's what made me say, you know what, I need to be followed closer. I need to go to maternal fetal medicine. And so I called my doctor, my doctor's office, and I told them that I wanted to go to maternal fetal medicine. With the premature atrial contractions, with, the threat of diabetes, and just with everything, going on, I just wanted to be followed closer. So they called me that next day, and they made an appointment for me. So Thursday was my first appointment at maternal fetal medicine. And he did an ultrasound. They did a very thorough ultrasound of him and said that everything was okay, but they want to see me every week. So the plan going forward was that I was going to go to maternal fetal medicine every week, and I was going to go to my OB every week. Every week, maternal fetal medicine was going to do an ultrasound. Every week, my OB was going to do an ultrasound and a non-stress test. One of them was going to do a non-stress test. I'm not sure which one. I want to say the doctor's office would do the non-stress test. But one of them was going to do a non-stress test on me. And then the other one would take over my care. I mean, not take over the care, but they would just monitor me as well. Sorry, y'all, I need chopstick. My lips are so dry. So that was the plan, and I thought everything was good, because my ultrasound was good. Everything was good, He was moving. I was able to see that his cord was bunched up like in front of him. It wasn't around his neck. So I was very happy about that. They said that older in age, when you get older in age, the placenta stopped working as well as it should. But my placenta is working well. He has 2 arteries and a vein in his cord. The cord pulse was good. Everything was good. He was moving on the ultrasound. Everything was good. So that was just the major changes, was that I was going to be seeing the maternal fetal medicine doctor to be able to be watched a little bit closer than what my OB was able to do, and I was going to be able to see my OB as well. As far as me being sick, I am not as nauseous as I used to be or anything like that. Like, I'm not nauseous or anything like that. I did lose 7 pounds. I lost 7 pounds. The baby lost like 0.5 pounds. So I was starting to lose weight. That was another reason why I wanted to go in and see maternal fetal medicine because, you know, I was losing weight, the baby was losing weight, and, you know, it was like I'm having a hard time eating. I just don't have an appetite to eat. I don't be hungry, you know, and even if I am hungry, I'd be like, God, I don't feel like eating because I don't want to get sick. It's the anticipation of being sick, you know. And I posted up on my Facebook page and I said, you know, I just really want this to be over, because the hardest part of pregnancy is not the morning sickness. It's not the aches and pain. It's not the being uncomfortable when you're trying to sleep. It's the feeling of helplessness. Because if something happens to my baby inside of me, I don't have any control over it whatsoever. There's absolutely nothing that I can do to help him or to save him. If he's out and something happens to him, then I can help him, you know. But him being inside of me, I'm helpless. I'm totally helpless. That's why I don't understand how people are able to go through pregnancy or go through anything really without having faith. Because if you don't have faith in God, like if God don't do it, it won't be done. Like there's nothing that you can do to make it better. You know what I mean? And I'm already still like really having a hard time mourning the loss of his brother. You know, I don't want to lose him, you know. I don't want to lose him. Not for the fact that I don't want to go through this again. God in heaven above knows I don't want to go through this again, but I definitely don't want to lose him. Like this far in the game, you know. We also have a doula. We did hire a doula. And the plan was that we were going to labor at home for as long as we possibly can. The doula is going to come to our house and we're going to labor at home. And when I feel like I just can't take it anymore, that's when we were going to go ahead and truck it to the hospital. So I have not even alerted my doula to this. I haven't even let her know what was going on. I do need to let her know that we're having this issue today. And I'm trying to stay positive. I don't want to like overthink it and stuff. So I told the mister said he was just going to meet me here at the hospital. I told him, go home. Because he just worked 12 and a half hours. So I kind of want him to go home, get the bath, eat, relax, and if something is wrong, I'll contact him. You know, so he was like, how do you feel? And I said, worried. Without hesitation. Worried. Because that's the only word that I can think of right now that can describe how I feel. Right now I feel very worried. I don't want to panic. I don't want to think the worst. Because, you know, I've said a million times on this channel that what I think will manifest. What you think will manifest. If you think on negative stuff, then negative stuff will happen. I'm telling you, your mind has a way of thinking things into existence. And that is why I know I should not watch this channel. I shouldn't watch this channel. So much so that I didn't even subscribe to the channel at all. So I did not. I know I need to stop watching the channel. Anything negative, anything that's not a positive birth, I need to stop watching it, because these next few weeks, I need to get through these next 3 weeks, this next few weeks, in a positive manner, and be positive, and only think positive, and only draw positive energy, because anything else is gonna fail. I'm telling you. And it's easier to say, it's easy to do too. It's just a YouTube channel. Even if I have to block them until I give birth, then that's what I'm gonna do, so that they don't come up on my feed at all. I just don't want to hear anything about that. If the Lord grants me favor to continue on with my pregnancy, that's what I'm going to do. So when we went to maternal fetal medicine, they were saying that he does have calcium in his heart still. If you remember, I don't even know if I posted up that video. I did a video about him having calcium in his heart, and them wanting the pediatric doctors to be there, and things of that nature, etc., etc. For the calcium, but they weren't necessarily concerned about the calcium in his heart, because his PGS tested normal, and his NIP test, we did a NIP test, even though we had a PGS tested, we did a NIP test as well, and that was normal as well. But they was just, it's their job to tell us the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, this will happen, that will happen. And if he can't breathe, or if he's blue, or if he's mixing oxygenated and deoxygenated blood, and this, that, and other, and so I was telling the mister about that appointment, because with the MFM, only you could go. You can't have anybody to go with you. And so I was telling him about the appointment, and he was like, okay, because he gets very, not overwhelmed, but he just gets, it's his kid that we're talking about, and the doctor used the analogy of the John Q movie, where the little boy was playing baseball and he just passed out, and then all of a sudden he was so sick and in the hospital and stuff, because I was asking him, what can this mean for him in the future, So he said, I just want to just pray. Let's pray, and then I'll pray, and then you can chime in and you pray, and we're just going to stay positive. I was like, okay. So he prayed on the phone, because I was still just coming from the doctor's office, and he prayed on the phone. I prayed on the phone, and just that prayer, I'm telling you, it's something about a praying man. I'm telling you, it is really something about a praying man. So he prayed for me and the babies and Skylar and everything. And then I prayed, and we just decided that we were going to stay positive throughout this journey. And that was just Thursday. And now today, which is Saturday, I'm faced with this. I'm going to stay positive. Stay encouraged. I'm going to do what the doctors tell me to do. I'm going to not watch that channel or anything related to any type of stillbirths anymore. And I'm going to pray for the best when it comes to this situation. I don't know. I'm still probably 20 minutes away. I'm 24 minutes in on this video, and I'm still 20 minutes away from the hospital. So I just kind of, I don't feel him like moving. I just don't feel him moving. He normally moves so much, and I just don't feel him moving. I haven't even told my job that I'm pregnant, but I'm going on leave soon, so I definitely need to let them know. I just don't know. I just don't know. So I just wanted to bring you guys up to speed on where we are and what we have going on. I will do a follow-up video to this to let you all know what the outcome was. Right now, you know me, I don't like to be emotional on camera. So because the closer I get to the hospital, the more emotional I feel. The more anxiety is building up. I'm kind of wishing that I had just told the mister to come to the hospital from work. But I don't want him to come, and then there's nothing wrong. I'm just like being overly worried. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, I know how we do it on this channel. We're going to keep our faith on fleek, and we're going to always remember to strive to be on top, because the bottom is already too crowded. Thank you.
My dreams, everything alright, everything alright. I'ma chase my dreams, everything go right, everything go right. I'ma chase my dreams, everything alright, everything alright. I'ma chase my dreams, everything alright.